healthcare easier and cheaper, but for families who have children with autism, that's just not the case, especially here in Colorado. 1 in 80 children has autism in our state, and getting therapy for them just got harder and much more expensive. News 5's Maddie Garrett is getting to the bottom of what's really going on with new insurance rules.
Look, a wasp.
I still feed Robert. He doesn't eat on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still dress him. He doesn't dress on his own.
For Ramona Smith, taking care of her 2 boys with autism is a full-time job.
I feel like I'm in this, huge ocean all alone with no help.
She's a single mom, doesn't work, and just lost her insurance from Cover Colorado.
I don't know, what will happen if I don't get insurance. Well, they won't get autism treatments. Robert will most likely regress.
Ramona qualifies for Medicaid, but like many parents of children with autism, she doesn't want it. Advanced Behavior Analysis, or ABA, is the most successful and scientifically proven therapy for autism, endorsed by the Surgeon General and many other agencies, but it's not covered by Medicaid.
I don't understand why it is that we have medically proven therapy for autism and we can't get it.
But because Ramona qualifies for Medicaid, she can't get any of the subsidies under the Affordable Care Act. And she's finding plans under the new healthcare exchange cost double what she was paying.
And the deductibles on the exchange began at $4,000 with an out-of-pocket maximum of $10,000. How would I ever pay that out of pocket?
But money isn't the only issue. The Affordable Care Act eliminates lifetime caps on money for medical treatments. That sounds good to Ramona on the surface, but there's a problem. To comply, Colorado passed a law that allows limits on how many treatments or sessions you can get. But when it comes to autism, the amount of therapy seems to be going down rather than up.
We're getting 100 to 200 calls a month right now about this.
Kevin Custer, president of Colorado's Autism Society, says in this case, the new law isn't doing what it was intended to do.
Now, there's the gap between intent and practical practice of it. We have to help bridge that gap.
Under previous policy, there was a $34,000 limit a year for autism ABA treatments for children 0 to 8 and $12,000 for children 9 to 18. Under the new policy, the state's Division of Insurance limits ABA treatments to 550 sessions a year at 25 minutes each for children up to 8 years old. And from 9 to 18, they're limited to 185 sessions a year. For children like Michael and Robert, that just doesn't cut it. Ramona says under the $34,000 cap, each of her boys received just over 1,700 sessions in a year. Under the new policy, only 550 sessions are covered per year. That's just a third of what she was getting.
Why would I pay a higher deductible, a higher premium for reduced benefits?
The question now is what, if anything, can be done about this new policy? We went right to the Division of Insurance to ask just that.
Parents are telling us they're not seeing the same amount of treatment that they were seeing with the $34,000 that they're seeing with the 550 sessions. How do you explain that?
Well, part of that would be based on the cost that providers would charge for the session. Under the old annual dollar limit, if they had less expensive providers, they might have been getting more.
Vincent Plymell with the Colorado Division of Insurance explains that the division and interest groups had a study conducted and set in stone the number of ABA treatments to be covered.
Can it be changed?
It's set for 2014. For future years, everything can be looked at. So again, this goes back to please contact the Division of Insurance and let us know if you have concerns.
So change is possible, but not easy. It would likely mean a new study and analyzing new data. Meanwhile, Ramona and her family are looking for help.
We do that with dozens of families every week, try to find an alternate to make it work for them.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Maddie Garrett.
Maddie, thank you. After News 5 looked into this problem, both the Division of Insurance and the Autism Society have reached out to Ramona to try and help her family. While there is yet to be an increase in the available ABA treatments, the Autism Society is working on helping her find other ways to pay for insurance coverage.
Campaigning is already kicking